Our artist today is AntoineHoudon. He is a French neoclassic sculptor. Houdon is famous for his bust and statues of philosophers, inventors, and political figures of the Enlightenment. He was born on March 20th, 1741, and died July 15th, 1828. AntoineHoudon sculpted a bust of our President George Washington. We're going to take a moment to look at the bust of George Washington and a Roman soldier and compare and contrast them. When we talk about the word bust, that is a sculpture of a person's head, shoulders, and chest. Now, sculptures that are busts began with the ancient Egyptians and was perfected in ancient Greece. They were used to honor gods and heroes. The Romans adopted and developed the art form, creating a more realistic and anatomically accurate bust to commemorate ancestors, showing family lineage and to display power and wealth. Busts have continued to evolve through periods like the Renaissance and Baroque eras, becoming popular decorative items in the 19th century and experiencing a modern resurgence in the interior design. We're going to be creating a bust that is based off of American soldiers. Okay, so we are going to be starting to create our paper bust that is based off of a U.S. soldier. You have 7 choices. You can do Marine Corps, Navy, Army, Air Force, Coast Guard, Space Force, or make a Continental Army soldier. Okay? First thing we're going to do, you're going to get your stand-up paper. It's going to look like this. It has these little side pieces right here. Do not cut these pieces off. This piece right here is what makes it stand. If you cut these off, it's not going to stand up anymore. So what we do is we fold it, and then we'll take these pieces in the back, and we'll fold them here, and you fold it here, and then they connect together, and then our sculpture will stand up. If you cut this part off, it's not going to stand up anymore. So very important, make sure you keep these little parts attached to your sculpture, or it will not have form. Our first step, before we choose, we're going to start to make it into a human. So you're going to create a face. You have to decide what skin color you're going to choose, whether it is peach, I have a little bit of tan, or brown. Okay, so your choice on skin tone. Remember, people are not blue, green, purple. Those are aliens. They are a value of brown. I'm gonna get one of my peach right here. So first thing I'm gonna do, I want to trace my paper. I want to make sure that I'm using my space correctly. I'm not gonna go just straight in the middle, so I can use it where it is going to have minimal waste. I'm placing it onto the side. I have my paper right here. I'm gonna take my pencil. I'm going to then trace my peach paper. Okay. Now, you're probably gonna want to have a little bit more right around here, so you can always kind of just bring that part down, because there is a neckline on some of the different ones. Some will go up high, but a lot of them will cut in a V formation. So you need that space. When we use scissors, Remember, we have our circle. The circle's for the thumb. The oval is for the 3 fingers. They always point away from you. We're not cutting our hair, our clothing. We're not swinging them around. We're not pulling them apart. They point away from you, and they are just cutting our paper. We're not cutting this part at all. This is what we glue everything onto. So if you're starting to cut on this, you didn't listen to the directions. This has to stay together, okay? So I'm taking my scissors. I'm cutting out my skin tone. This peach paper has a little bit of a texture to it, but once we get all our other colors on there collaged, you're not going to notice it that much. Okay, so once I have my peach paper cut out, I'm going to take my glue stick. When we have our glue stick, it is a pull, not a twist. Remember, we twist it up just a little bit. We don't twist it up all the way. That's how to not use it. Okay, we don't dig into it. And whenever we finish, we twist it down, and then we'll put the cap on it, because if you don't put the cap on it, it will dry out. So I'm adding glue on my glue stick. We're going to take our piece of paper that we're gluing everything onto. We're going to place our skin tone. We're going to match where it goes. If you need to trim some of it, trim some of your paper. Then we're going to get a pencil or a Sharpie, depending on whether you want to sketch it out first. I'm going to make where the chin is. And I kind of turn my paper so I can see where that chin would be. So I'm bringing it down, taking where the chin's gonna go, and I'm curving it around. So now I have my head shape. So I have my chin. I can add some details where the ears are going to be. You don't have to just draw it. You can collage it. So we have some circles. I have some ovals. So you can create some eyes. So if you want to collage the eyes first, like I got an oval, that's a good shape for an eye. So we have some circles, shapes. I can then look at the eye, and I could glue that circle in the eye. When we look at the eye will go You look where the ear is, and you kind of just bring the eye in. Now, I don't want to leave the eyes just like that because it look a little bit weird. So I'm going to go, I have my oval, I have my circle. I want to make a little circle right inside here. If you want to, you can also get like a white dot. I'm going to make mine a girl. If you want to make yours a boy, that's fine. It's up to you. I only have one of these, so if you want to add a little dot in the eye to make it look alive, you'll have to take it around and share. So we have our ears, we have our chin, we have our eyes. To make the nose, because it's going straight, eye, curve, kind of a letter U. So it's kind of a curved letter U. You can add a little line on there, okay? For the lips, I'm gonna collage it. You can pick up your color through the collage box to make the lips. Start with the letter M, and then curve, a little horizontal line, and then I make a letter U. So now I have some lips. So I have eyes to see, nose to smell, mouth to talk, ears to hear. I need some eyebrows, because people look weird without eyebrows. So now I have some eyebrows on my person. So I have eyes to see, nose to smell, mouth to talk, ears to hear, eyebrows. I have to get to the other hair. Now you have to decide, is it a boy? Is it a girl? What's the hair color gonna be? I'm making my mom, and she was in the Air Force. So I'm gonna make one that is in the Air Force. So I'm gonna get her hair. And when she was in the Air Force, her hair was short and a bob. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna kind of match the head where it's at. Then I can kind of trace my lines so I know where it's gonna be. So once I have the lines traced, I can start to think about where her hair is gonna be. So I'm making that side letter V shape, or you can bring it out and make a seam so it's a Y, because she parted her hair on the side. I'm bringing a little curve, and I'm gonna curve her hair around. Where those ears are. So, now I have the shape of my hair. I'm going to cut it out. And I'm gonna kind of flip it because I don't want those black lines to show. So, and you can keep it where you can see the lines, it's up to you. All right, so I have my hair attached. So now I have my face, my hair. I can go over it. Some different details. On the hair. Once I have that, now I have to start my uniform. So when you get your uniform, okay, we have a pattern. Now, depending on your pattern, you're gonna wanna look at your handout to find what kind of colors you're going to use to glue on your handout. So I'm going to use 2 blues. This light blue is gonna be for my shirt. This blue is gonna be for my hat, okay? So first thing I wanna do, I want to get my hat pattern. And I'm not cutting it out exactly. I'm adding a little bit of glue. I'm not adding a lot because I want to be able to peel it off. I'm going to place it where I'm not using a lot of waste on the hat. I'm just taking it. I'm going to then cut out my blue paper. So once I have my hat cut out, I can then peel this part off, okay? So now I have the hat, okay? So if you want to flip the hat, you can, because you got glue on that side. You can always do that. And just place the hat on our person. When we look at the design on the hat, you can either cut out these pieces and follow the lines, or what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bring a line, and this is just like a giant letter Y. Okay, so I have a hat. Okay, so once I have that, I want to start to do the uniform. I'm gonna do a rough cut like I did before. take my lighter blue. I'm gonna place it where I'm not getting a lot, and I'm not gonna glue it down a whole bunch, because remember I'm gonna peel it. So I'm placing my blue pattern. I'm gonna take this. Now I have a blue pattern on there. I'm going to take my glue. I'm going to glue it down. I'm trying to match it up so it doesn't show the white. If you do have some white that shows, like there, all you could do is just go over it with your Sharpie, and no one will know. Okay? Now, our next step, I want some of my designs. So, I'm going to take this little piece. I'm going to add a little dot of glue. I'm placing it down. And to then take my marker and then I just trace that design. So, and then I repeat. Take this piece right here. Get a little bit of glue. Ooh. Place it down. Trace the design. Okay, so now I have that part of it. This part right here, if you want to take and cut it here. There's a little section right here. So now I'm going to place this here. If you want to freehand the rest of the pocket, you can. This part right here is in a different color. So I could take this, stick it on my blue. Making sure I'm going just into the corner area, not wasting. So I get this part right here, that would go there. So I add a little bit of glue. And that's where they would have their name. And that is actually in white. Where'd my... my mom's name there. So there's her pocket. And then I'm gonna go to the other side. Try not to lose your pattern pieces. Place here. Now, this button right here is white. Get a little bit of glue. And get the pocket. Like so. Finish off the pocket. Now, a girl's uniform has a little bit of a seam going down it. The boys does not. I'm gonna do the same thing I did on the other pocket. I'm gonna get a little bit of glue and place it down. Cutting out this rectangle. Grab my blue.